Hey guys, Kings on a Fanboy here. Welcome back to the video. Worlds of Fun has officially released their reservation system and has answered some of the questions I had about Kings Island's reservation system and just a few other questions in general about Kings Island's way they're doing stuff when they open. So we're going to go over 4 things that they have here. We're first going to go over the reservation system, what we do before we leave the house, when you arrive to the park, and what you do while you're in the park. So first, we're going to start off here looking at the reservation system. This is on their official website, worldsofun.com/welcoming you back. I will be reading off this once you click reserve now. Valid at Worlds of Fun main gate on the date chosen and at the time or later that day. So this means it is only valid the day you go and at that certain time that you arrive. You cannot go before the time, but you can show up anytime after. This complimentary reservation will be added to your previously purchased valid 2020 pass. Must present your valid 2020 season pass at the park. So you just need to present your pass. This is just regular protocol. You need to present your pass when you get to the park. You will not be able to enter the park before your selected time. However, you may arrive anytime after. Again, we're already over this. You cannot arrive before your time. This complimentary reservation added to a season pass is only valid for redemption exclusively by the registered pass holder on the date and time chosen. Once the reservation is linked to the season pass, it is non-transferable. In order for the reservation to be redeemed, the season pass must be used for the entry on the same date. So this means if you make a reservation for one person on your season pass, you cannot, under no circumstances, transfer that reservation into, let's say, your friend's pass or your brother's pass. You cannot. And it is only redeemable on that date. You cannot reschedule it. You can only use it on that date. No rescheduling. On the following screen, please enter your season pass number and or numbers if placing multiple reservations. At the completion of the reservation, your entry reservation will be automatically added to that specific season pass. Please be sure to double check your information. So this is saying that you can make multiple reservations at one time, and you just have to put the number of your season pass into the thing. So putting the reservation on your pass, and you have to put the numbers of any other person in your party pass number in that too. So you don't have to be part of the same family. You can have multiple friends in the same pass with you at a time. So it's not just has to be part of a family. You can have friends going with you and you just have to put their pass numbers in. So make sure you ask them for that. The last thing we're going to go over here with the reservation is the maximum number of guests that you can have in your reservation is 14. You cannot go over 14. So if you have a party of 15 or 16, you'll have to make another reservation for those people who were not able to be in the 14 limit of your one reservation. So that's really just it for the reservations. Next, we're going to go over what you do before you leave your house. I'm going to be skipping over the whole reservation thing. We just went over that. So you have to complete your pre-entry health assessment. This is exactly what I thought it was. You just fill out a little questionnaire on your mobile app. It's on your app, so you can only access it once you've made a reservation. Now, only one person in your group has to actually do the reservation, so not everyone in your group has to complete the health assessment. So only one person has to complete it, not every single person in your group. Next, we'll go over what you do when you arrive to the park. Again, I'll just be reading this off of their website. Our Worlds of Fun parking toll booth, we will ask you to show proof of your parking payment. If you do not have a parking voucher, you may pay with cashless payment methods such as credit card, Apple Pay, or Android Pay. We will also confirm your group has a reservation, so that at the actual parking lot, they will have you confirm that you made a reservation. So if you're just going to get dropped off, like I do with the Coaster Trio a lot, you will most likely have to go to the actual drop-off area. Because what we usually do is we have one of our parents, we pass them up, we pass one of our passes up to them. They scan it, we can get into the parking lot, they drive us right up to the front gate, drop us off, and they leave. That's what we regularly do. So you don't have to walk through the super long parking lot. But now that they have to be part of the group to actually get in, we will probably have to use the actual person drop off area, and we can't just go right up to the parking lot, right up to the front gate. As soon as you exit your vehicle, you have to put on your face mask. So as soon as you step out, put on your face mask. That's just what they're asking you to do. Pretty straightforward. You will pass through a thermal screening tent where your temperature will be read. If anyone in your party has a temperature of 400.4 degrees Fahrenheit, or 38 degrees Celsius or higher, you'll be directed to return home and reschedule your visit. So these are exactly what I was talking about with the tents when I did that little update saying what they will do when they open, and that's exactly what that is a screening tent. So it was exactly what I thought it would be. Of course, the bag check will stay in place. At our touchless turnstiles, scan your passes or daily ticket inside the mobile app and let the fun begin. So I'm pretty sure what they'll be doing is we'll actually have to scan it ourselves. They will no longer have they probably will have employees standing there to make sure no one tries to sneak by, but you have to use your phone now, and you will probably have to scan it yourself instead of handing your pass to the person where they scan it, which will probably take a little getting used to because I'm pretty used to getting my pass out and handing it to a person, but now we have to be scanning it ourselves on our phones. They probably will not be accepting actual physical passes. For everyone's safety, all ambassadors working in the park must complete a health assessment and temperature check before each day, reporting to work as well. So each employee will also have to wear a mask and complete the same health assessment and same temperature check that everyone else is doing. So we all have to we all have to do it. The employees are not excluded from this. Everyone has to do it. Next, we'll be going over what will happen once you're in the park. We're going to wash your hands every 20 minutes. This includes just using hand sanitizer. They will have several hand sanitizing stations throughout the park. Avoid touching your face. This one's very standard. Just don't touch your face because that's your most vulnerable part when you don't want to get a sickness. Wear your mask at all times. Again, very straightforward. Just keep your mask on. It'll probably be very hard to wear your mask, especially when it gets to August and it gets very hot outside. But just keep your mask on at all times, or else you'll probably either be asked to put it back on or you will be asked to leave. Maintain a 6-foot social distance to park guests and ambassadors. So this includes the queue lines. Just stay 6 feet apart from people. You can stay in your group, but just stay 6 feet apart from other people in line. Be in the know about all things Worlds of Fun with our mobile app. You can find nearby hand sanitizer stations, restrooms, open dining locations, and available rides and attractions. So what it's saying is using the park map, you will be able to find hand sanitizing stations, open restrooms, open dining locations. So this is open dining locations. Basically says not every dining area will be open, so they will be so only a few select places will be open and available rides and attractions. I feel like this every single one will still be able to operate normally, especially all the coasters. I feel will be able to operate normally. The only ride that I feel that can't operate normally is Boo Blasters because you have the guns that you have to get out and use. So I feel like those Boo Blasters probably will not actually be open during this, or they will be open, but you won't be able to use the guns. Use contactless forms of payment, including credit cards, Apple Pay, and Android Pay. Now, this one touches me, bothers me the most. I am 14. I do not have a credit card. I do not have Apple Pay. I do not have Android Pay. I pay using cash. It's really the only thing I can pay with due to my age. Now, if you know me, I'm a coaster enthusiast. I like to get merchandise. And I had my eye on this one Orion hoodie because my Steel Vengeance one's getting a little small for me. So this really bothers me because I will not be able to buy anything for the 2020 season unless I have one of my parents with me or someone else with me that has a credit card that is willing to buy it for me. So this really bothers me how we are not able to use cash. But I do get why we can't use it because cash can be very germy. Next, we'll be going over restrooms. Everyone knows restrooms can be a source of germs, so we want to know we are following strict guidelines to keep you safe experience. Worlds of Fun, probably Kings Island falls on those two, will be sanitizing restrooms frequently throughout the day, deep cleaning restrooms at the end of each day, so they'll be deep cleaning them every day, and monitoring traffic within restrooms. This probably means they'll have someone outside the restroom counting the people that go in and counting the people that come out, allowing that only a few people can be in the restrooms at a time. Next, we'll be going over rides and attractions. Some areas, rides and attractions, are not conducive for social distancing and are closed for now. See the mobile app, Worlds of Fun, to see open attractions. So what this is saying is small areas will not be able to open will not be able to open due to social distancing. I feel like these areas might include X Space, aka Area 72, but I feel it mostly will be open because Kings Island really wants people to ride Orion, their new Giga Coaster. So I feel like they will have Area 72 open, aka X Space. I'm going to still call it X Space because that's how I know it. But I feel a few other rides will not be able to open. I feel like a lot of the planned Snoopy rides will not be able to open. Again, Boo Blasters, considering how it's a very small building and you involves a lot of touching with the guns. So I feel like that won't be open. I feel like Whitewater Canyon won't be open because you might get placed with different people that you don't know. So I feel that a few other rides will not be able to operate. Dodgem may or may not be able to operate because Dodgem is a pretty big bumper cars. The ride's pretty big, and it did get a new sign this year. So I feel like it would be kind of dumb not to operate Dodgem, but again, I think it'd be kind of reasonable. I feel like Joe Cool's Dodgem School won't operate because it is a smaller area than the bigger ones that are Dodgem. Wait lines for open rides and attractions will be marked for social distancing. Again, we saw this at Mount Olympus and every other park that is open right now. They have social distancing markers in the queue lines, very straightforward, stay 6 feet apart from people in lines. Some seats and rows will be unavailable to accommodate social distancing. What I feel like they'll be doing with this is what they did at Mount Olympus, where they don't have every other row, but they'll have like 3 rows open, and then 1 row not open, then 3 more rows open, then another one not open. So I feel like that's what they'll be doing, because I feel like every other row will be kind of unreasonable, especially on Orion. It's going to have some crazy lines when it opens. Seats, restraints, and headrests, armrests will be sanitized frequently. This means they'll probably wipe everything down after every cycle. This will slow operations down a whole lot. Will definitely affect Orion's line, even though it does have the great capacity it does. But this will affect operations quite a bit. Next, we'll be going over dining. Some tables have been removed for social distancing. Again, very straightforward. Not every table will be available, and you might have to stand to eat your food. Social distancing markers have been placed on the floor for wait lines. Again, we already talked about this for rides, They just stay 6 feet apart when you're getting food. All disposable products, so that means they will have nothing reusable. That means if you can't get a basket, it will all be thrown away. So nothing reusable, everything will be thrown away. Plastic barriers between guests and associates. We already saw Kings Island actually usually does this. They just have a little window, and you will just slide everything under the window, and that's how you get your food, and that's how you pay. Contactless payments, including credit card, Apple Pay, and Android Pay, are encouraged. So they're going to be trying to limit how much cash you actually try to pay with, which isn't really a big problem for me. I have the meal plan, so it's not a huge problem for me. Next and last, we will be going over shops, merchandise, and games. Social distancing must be maintained for all of our retail and game locations. So games will still be open, which I don't really know how they're going to do that, because they kind of got to get close to give you your prizes and stuff. But games will still be open, and you will still be able to play the games that they have on the midways. They still want to do social distancing for buying merchandise, which is very straightforward. It's very important to continue wearing your mask in these locations, so you gotta continue wearing your mask. Even though it may seem a little weird, you gotta continue wearing your mask. And contactless payment is encouraged where possible. So this is saying you'll still be able to pay with cash, but they'd rather you pay with a credit card or Apple Pay or Android Pay. But you can still pay with cash if it's absolutely necessary. All indoor entertainment gaming locations have been closed. This is basically saying that you cannot go inside the arcades to cool down or cut through them. You will not be able to do that. You can't go into the arcades at all. Hey guys, just a little editor's note here. I noticed in the video that they will be doing every other alternating seating for roller coasters. So they will not be doing 3 rows space, 3 rows space. They will be doing every other row will be empty. So I just thought I would throw that in there to clear things up a little better. Well, I hope that cleared up a lot of the questions you had about Kings Island and just everything that is going to happen when they reopen. So I really just hope it cleared up a lot of things and just made you understand the protocols that are doing a lot better. Well, that's all for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.